Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to use 3D foundation from SEINT. So this here is a customized compact. This is what you will get if you order this makeup. You can customize it. You can pick the size that you want. You can pick the brush that you want. You pick all of the colors that you want. So it is completely catered towards you and your skin and your personal preferences. So we're gonna get straight into it. The beauty of this foundation is that everything is foundation. So the contour, the highlight, the blush, the bronzer, everything is foundation. So everything gives you coverage basically. You are able to do your whole face of makeup with one single application. It's simple and it's fast. So let me get nice and close. Oh my gosh. All right, so first thing I like to do is start with my contour. So this is my contour color here, and I am using the 3D brush. We're gonna go in with this more dense, fluffy side. It's not too fluffy, but you know. And when contouring the cheeks, I like to start at the top of the ear and just follow this cheekbone. So if I suck in, you can see I have got this natural indent here. A lot of women have been taught to go under the cheekbone, but you almost want to go slightly on top, because the purpose of contouring our cheeks is one, to give ourselves cheekbones, and the other is to lift those cheekbones. So if you're bringing the contour too far down, it's going to cause drooping, sagginess. That's just not a look that we want. Then when moving into the forehead, I like to go temple to temple. So you can just do a nice rainbow shape all the way around. If you have a small forehead, then don't worry about contouring too much. So the lower you bring your contour on your forehead, the smaller it's going to make your forehead look. So if you already have a small forehead, you don't really want to do a whole lot up there. So again, just dragging it down, and you can see again on the cheeks, I start back here and I work my way in. So I'm not starting in the middle of my cheek, starting from outer part of my face, bringing it in, and I'm going to stop till about right in the middle of my cheek, right where my eye hits is where I'm going to stop. So if I smile, I'm still outside of my smile lines. I haven't brought it into my upper lip because we don't want it to look like a mustache. Just like that. Now, a lot of women like to contour their nose. That's totally optional. If you have a really petite nose, don't contour. It's pointless. If you're wanting to kind of slim down your nose a little, then you might want to contour. So if that's you, I'm going to show you two ways you can do it. So you can use your brush. I would just kind of flatten it, and you're going to do a really thin line on each, kind of on the side. You don't want to bring it too far to the side. You almost want it to be right on top of your nose. So the closer you can bring those lines together, the thinner your nose will look. And then I kind of bring it up into the brow, and then a little bit on the bottom of the nose. Now, don't worry if you brought that contour too far out. Don't worry if it's too close together, because you can fix it. It's cream, so it's gonna move until you set it. So very, very user-friendly. Another way that you can do nose contour too is just grab a little on your finger, rub those two together, and then you can just bring it right down your nose like that. So whatever way you think is easier. Next, I'm going to go into what I call a brightening highlight. This is going to brighten under my eyes. Basically anywhere the light is going to hit on my face, that's where we want to put this lighter shade. So anytime I color match people, I'm going to recommend 2 highlight colors. Highlight is basically your foundation or your concealer. So with this lighter accent highlight, I'm basically creating a cross on my face. This is where we're going to bring Jesus into it, okay? So you're going to go right like that. Boop, boop, and you're done. Now we'll move into our main highlight color. So this is essentially our foundation. It's going to be the color of our skin. And this shade is going everywhere else. Along the jaw, upper lip. I even bring it out onto the cheek here a little bit. If I personally have a lot of redness in this area, so I do pop a little bit right over that redness. And I will say a little bit goes a long way. So even though these tins might look a little small, they will last you a good while. Okay, gonna come in a little closer. So now that I look crazy, this is where we are going to blend everything out. And actually, we'll do one more thing. So I'm going to take some blush. This is a very nude blush. It's the color Bear, and I'm popping that just right on my cheek. Now I look crazy. And from here, we're going to blend out. So I'm sticking with the same brush because, again, this is a basic hack, basic highlight and contour. So this is going to be your bare minimum application. Great for if you're just starting out with 3D foundation, or if you are maybe a little intimidated when it comes to makeup, then a basic hack is going to be perfect for you. Just helps get your feet wet and kind of help build that confidence. So what I'm doing here, I switched sides again to the side that I contoured with, and now I'm going through and I'm blending out all of the highlight. So all of those lighter shades I'm going to blend out. And I want you to pay attention to your pressure when you're blending, because like I said before, this is cream, so it isn't set yet. And if you're applying too much pressure, you don't want to move the product around too much. You just want to blend and soften any harsh lines. Okay, so now all of the highlight is done. So from here, I'm going to go in to the contour. Now, when I do contour, I'm doing circular motions like this, and I am blending back away from my face. And then swirl up into that blush. Again, keeping that light hand. You're going to do those gentle buffing motions. Especially lighten up your pressure when you get into this center part of your face, because this is the area where we do want to keep light and bright. So have a really light pressure. And you can see just how beautifully that blends. So easy. Then we're going to move into the forehead. Same thing. I am doing circular motions. And we are just blending all of this out. And you can see once I get up into this blush, I do kind of blend it up into that highlight a little bit, just because I don't want there to be this harsh line. So have it blend. Then when you get into the nose, you can just kind of do very light swiping motions. I mean, I am using barely any pressure here. Now, from here, blend down your neck. You want to make sure you're not forgetting to do that because we want it to look natural. I would then go ahead and check, make sure you didn't miss any spots. If you have some breakouts at this point that are still showing up through your foundation, go ahead and just dip in to whatever spot it's in. So if it's down here in your highlight, just grab a little bit of that highlight and dab it right on top. You could even use your finger to do that. And just go ahead and spot treat those areas. All right, now before I set, I'm gonna dip into another lip and cheek color. It's a very light nude gloss. This is the color Sadie, just to add a little bit of color on my lips. And from here, I could be done. That is the basic hack. If you want a little shimmer, you could go ahead and add some illuminator on your cheekbones. But I will do that in another video. Oh, and once you're done with this, you want to set the face. So you can set with a setting spray. This is the Stay Spray from SEINT. You can really use any setting spray that you like. You can also use a setting powder. So if you tend to be more oily or you don't like a dewy finish, go ahead and use a setting powder. Translucent setting powder is the best. That way it's not changing the color of your makeup. But then that's it. So I'm gonna give myself a couple little spritz. I'm gonna let that dry. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Please reach out to me if you have any more questions, and happy highlight and contouring.